How to trust God's timing. There is something profoundly beautiful about waiting. Not just waiting for the sake of time, but waiting on God. In a world that celebrates speed, instant answers, and quick success, trusting God's timing feels like swimming against the current. Yet this is where some of the most powerful lessons of faith are born. When we trust in God's timing, we are declaring that His plan is wiser, deeper, and better than our own. The Bible reminds us in Ecclesiastes 3:11, He has made everything beautiful in its time. This verse doesn't say our time, but His. It is a quiet but powerful reminder that God operates on a schedule that is perfect, even when it doesn't make sense to us. We often think delays mean denial. When a prayer remains unanswered, or when a dream seems to fade, we begin to wonder if God has forgotten us. But the truth is, God is never late. He is never early. He is always on time. His timing is not designed to frustrate us, but to prepare us. Sometimes what we call waiting is actually God's process of shaping our hearts. The waiting season is not wasted. It's a sacred classroom where faith is tested, patience is built, and character is refined. God uses the waiting to align us with His will so that when the answer finally comes, we are ready to receive it. Think about Abraham. He promised him a son, but he had to wait decades before Isaac was born. During that time, Abraham's faith was refined. He learned to trust not in the promise itself, but in the one who made the promise. Trusting God's timing is not about doing nothing, it's about actively believing that He is working even when we can't see it. Sometimes what we call waiting is actually God's process of shaping our hearts. The waiting season is not wasted. It's a sacred classroom where faith is tested, patience is built, and character is refined. God uses the waiting to align us with His will so that when the answer finally comes, we are ready to receive it. There will be moments when life feels like it's standing still, prayers unanswered, doors closed, opportunities lost. But remember, delay is not defeat. Every closed door is often a redirection towards something better. God's timing sometimes feels like a mystery, but it's a mystery filled with love. God's plan is like a tapestry. From our limited viewpoint, we see tangled threads, knots, and confusion. But from heaven's perspective, God sees the full design. Every thread has a purpose, every delay a reason, every moment a divine rhythm. When we try to force things before their time, we end up frustrated. But when we surrender, peace flows in. Faith is not about control. It's about confidence in God's control. Waiting becomes worship when we learn to rest in His promises. There is a profound peace that comes when you stop striving and start trusting. You realize that your life is not a random sequence of events, but a divinely orchestrated journey. God is not in a hurry because He sees the end from the beginning. While we focus on what's next, God is perfecting what's now. Maybe you're praying for a breakthrough, a job, a healing, a relationship, or a dream to finally come true. And maybe God's silence feels unbearable. But remember, silence doesn't mean absence. God is not ignoring you. He's working behind the scenes, arranging details you can't see yet. David was anointed as king long before he sat on the throne. He spent years in the wilderness, not because God had forgotten him, but because God was preparing him. The same God who anointed you has also appointed your time. The delay is not a punishment, it's preparation. In the waiting, keep worshiping. In the silence, keep praying. In the uncertainty, keep trusting. God is faithful to complete what He started in you. When His time arrives, no power in heaven or on earth can stop what He has ordained for your life. Trusting God's timing requires surrender. It's the art of letting go of your timeline and embracing His. It means believing that His plan is not just good, it's perfect. You may not understand it now, but one day you'll look back and thank Him for not answering certain prayers the way you wanted. Because when the right time comes, everything will align. The doors will open, the opportunities will appear, and the blessings will overflow. You will realize that God's no was actually a not yet, and his delay was actually his protection. So today, take a deep breath and rest in the truth that God is not in a rush, and you don't have to be either. He knows exactly when, where, and how to move. You just need to keep walking in faith, trusting that the author of time has your story perfectly written. As Isaiah 60:22 declares, "When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen." That is the essence of trusting God's timing, believing that the same God who spoke the universe into existence is still writing your story, perfectly, purposefully, and on time.